Hi guys, welcome back to the Mindful Mama channel. I'm finally getting around to this natural remedies while you're sick video during pregnancy. I'm sorry it took me so long to get around to it. I've just been trying to figure out a way to approach it and nothing was feeling right. I kept starting over and I was getting frustrated, so I just took a step back from it for a little while. And I think I decided that instead of going through like medicines that you can take while you're pregnant, I'm gonna focus more on the natural remedies for those symptoms instead. I will list the things I found on WebMD in the description below of things that are considered safe during pregnancy. And again, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, I'm not in the medical field, so anything I say here is subjective and just things that you could try. Obviously, you should always check with your doctor before doing anything that you're unsure of, but these are just some things that I've found worked for me so far, or things that I found through some research and stuff like that. So if you're looking for things you can take technically while you're pregnant, you'll find that in the WebMD link that I'm going to add in the description. With that being said, there is a lot of insufficient data when it comes to medications during pregnancy, so you're better off first checking with your doctor, second, maybe trying something natural, and depending on what it is, third, just letting your body take its course and kind of work it out that way. So with that being said, some of the stuff I'm going to talk about in this video is acne, allergies, cold and flu symptoms, constipation, diarrhea, dry skin, fever, headaches, body pains, heartburn, hemorrhoids, nausea, vomiting, rashes, yeast infection, and stuffy nose. Just some of the things that pregnant women have to deal with throughout their pregnancies that they can't really do a whole lot for as far as medications are concerned, but hopefully this video will be helpful on the natural side of things. Okay, so first I'm going to talk about acne. For some women, when they get pregnant, their skin is just glowing and it's magical, and unfortunately that has not been the case for me so far. It's been okay, it's gotten better, but I do see just like spurts of outbreaks. So if you're anything like me, maybe you could try some of this natural stuff that's worked for me so far. Okay, so first, apple cider vinegar is like a magical liquid that just seems to work for a lot of different things. One of them being acne. Something you could try, it's considered like a natural toner. You do 1 part water and then 1 part apple cider vinegar. You just put that on like a cotton pad or something and kind of dab that on area problems, or you can kind of do all over. Like I said, it's considered a natural toner, and that really seems to help kind of balance out the pH of your skin a little bit. If you're looking for more of like a spot treatment, you could go for baking soda. Let me see, that's the same. It's 1 part baking soda and 1 part water. Just mix that together and it kind of makes like a paste. Put that directly on any pimples, and I would say leave it on overnight. It won't hurt your skin. If anything, it'll just dry it out. So for spot treatment, you could try something like that. And thirdly, I have tried this one before too. If you take lemon and honey, there's a natural antibacterial component to honey. And then with the acidity of lemon, those mixed together are really great for your skin. I've seen videos where you can take the lemon and you cut it right in half, you put the honey right on, and you kind of just like rub it all over, kind of like a mask. Leave that on for 10 minutes and then wipe it off with like a warm, damp cloth. And it really leaves your skin feeling amazing. I need to really be doing this more often. If you want more of like a scrub, you could put sugar or something on top of the honey. So lemon, honey, sugar, kind of rub that all over and use that as a scrub, and it really just makes your skin feel awesome. Okay, next, allergies. This is a big one for a lot of women, especially if you're going to be pregnant throughout spring and summer. So obviously some things you could do that aren't so fun but could maybe help is to keep your doors and windows closed throughout those times, to try and keep your house less full of pollen and that sort of thing. Also, I read that if you stay inside, like if you don't leave your house between 5 a.m. and 10 a.m., that's like peak pollination time, I guess. Pollen is at its peak between those times, apparently. So if you can avoid staying in the mornings, that might help as well. Something that I've actually never tried and I've always really wanted to, I've just never really had the opportunity yet, is to try a neti pot. If you're not familiar, I can add a link to those as well. But it's kind of just like a little teapot looking thing that has, I think, a saline solution they put in it. You tip it in your nose and it just kind of runs through and then runs back out, and it's supposed to really clean out your nasal passageways, and I've heard it's really incredible. Also, consuming honey has those natural antibodies in it. It's supposed to be really good for fighting off allergies, and also just drinking a lot of water. If this stuff doesn't work for you and your allergies are just like killing you, obviously check with your doctor and see what they suggest. Also, a lot of this stuff that I just mentioned is really good for stuffy nose in general, so you can kind of combine those two together. All right, for cold and flu symptoms, obviously you want to try and get a lot of rest, lots of fluids. Those are always like the big ones for me. Anytime I feel anything coming on, I drink a lot of water anyway during pregnancy, but just chugging water, make sure I'm getting lots of rest, going to bed early, taking naps if I can, having a healthy diet during that time, especially just trying to kick up the fruits and veggies as much as possible to help your body kick whatever you feel is coming on or something that you might already have. Also, placing a humidifier in your room can be very helpful for congestion. And then also drinking warm tea and gargling salt water has been really helpful with just keeping your throat soothed and getting rid of any soreness that can come with a cold. All right, here's a fun one that a lot of pregnant women have to deal with: constipation. It's uncomfortable, it hurts, just doesn't feel good. You feel bloated and, just bigger than you already are. One thing that can help with that is eating more foods with fiber to kind of keep things moving along. So I just have a quick list of some good ones here that are high in fiber: pears, strawberries, avocados, apples, bananas, carrots, lentils, kidney beans, and oats are just some of my favorites that kind of help keep me regular. I haven't been dealing with constipation yet. I'm early in my second trimester, so it could still happen. I'm not looking forward to that, but I definitely have a lot of these foods on hand in general, so make sure you grab some of these if you're starting to feel that way. Also, drinking lots of water, obviously, that keep you hydrated, kind of keeps things moving. If I read that if your stool is difficult and hard to get out, then drinking lots of water helps kind of soften things up. Fun. Also, just keep moving. Maybe try a little bit of exercise. Exercise is supposed to be a good stimulant for your bowels. So even if you can get out and like walk for 20 minutes or something, kind of keep things moving, that would probably be helpful. Now on the opposite end, if you're dealing with diarrhea, you want to stay away from certain foods. Obviously, you want to stay away from stuff like high fat foods, fried foods, spicy foods, and dairy can all kind of be unhelpful with diarrhea issues. Also, you want to stay hydrated with this as well. If you are having a lot of diarrhea issues, you can become dehydrated because of it. So make sure you're staying on top of your water intake. And then also maybe adding a few high fiber foods in there to help firm up your stool a little bit to kind of combat the issues you're having with diarrhea. All right, and if you're dealing with some dry skin issues, I have a feeling this is going to be me. I already have dry skin over the winter time and stuff right now, but I'm sure it will only get worse as the sun is out more and my skin is being dried up by being outside a lot more and stuff like that. So one thing you can try to avoid would be any soaps that you have that are high in alcohol, because that's just going to dry your skin up. Something to combat that, you could try a apple cider vinegar bath, which sounds strange, but again, apple cider vinegar is really great for balancing the pH in your skin. So if you're noticing it's super dry, just get into a bathtub, add a cup of apple cider vinegar and kind of soak in that for a little bit and see if that helps. Also, coconut oil is so great for a lot of things, but it is especially good for your skin and for your hair and stuff like that. I use a coconut oil in the shower because I'm blonde, so my hair is dry. I like kind of do like almost a conditioning treatment with coconut oil. I'll leave it in for a few minutes when I'm in the shower, and it always makes my hair feel so soft. People will touch my hair and be like, oh, it's not as dry and brittle and gross as it looks. That's coconut oil. So it kind of has the same effect for your skin. Also, try limiting your shower time. If you're like me, I'm a quick shower person, shower taker. I'm in there 10 minutes usually at the most. If you're like my husband and you're in there for like 45 minutes to an hour, which I don't understand, dry skin is a problem. I mean, and he'll attest to that. He has dry skin issues, dry scalp issues, and I really do think it's because he's just in the shower way too long. So if you're like him, that could be an issue. Maybe try cooling down the water a little bit if you can't help yourself. But I'd say try saving some water instead and just take quick showers. All right, now if you are suffering from a fever, there were 2 foods that I found that are supposed to be really helpful for this. One is artichokes, which I have not tried yet, but it sounds kind of cool. Artichokes apparently have a healing agent in them that helps to prevent fatigue due to fever. Artichokes also help promote urination, so that is a good thing if you're staying hydrated and maybe eating some artichokes. Just getting those toxins out of your body is super important. Also, I have heard this from a lot of people, and I've heard it from people who say it works as well. They've tried it, taking onion slices and putting them on the bottom of your feet overnight. So you put them on the bottom of your feet and then maybe put some socks on to keep it close to the soles of your feet. And that's supposed to help kind of like suck out a bunch of bad toxins too. And a lot of people have felt fever relief from that. All right, next, if you're suffering from a headache, this is something that I have dealt with 1 or 2 times during my pregnancy so far, and these things really work for me. 1, stay hydrated. I know I keep saying that, but it's super important for a million different things throughout your body. Water is life. So stay hydrated, get lots of rest, and eat lots of good foods. Usually if I have a headache or if I feel a headache coming on, that's exactly what I do. I chug some water, maybe some orange juice. I get a good meal and then I take a nap. And 9 times out of 10, that works pretty well for me. Also, if you feel up to it, you should try going for a walk. Exercise is really good for headaches as well, or maybe even try some meditation or yoga. Next, if you're suffering from heartburn, I know a lot of women deal with this, some worse than others, but most pregnant women at some point throughout their pregnancy deal with heartburn issues. And it can be really bad, especially for when you're trying to sleep at night and you're laying down. One thing you could try drinking that's supposed to be really helpful for heartburn is coconut water. You can get that pretty much anywhere nowadays, so you can maybe keep some of that next to your bed at night while you're sleeping. Also, again, apple cider vinegar. It sounds kind of counterproductive, but if you drink, I would mix it with a little bit of water, but if you drink some apple cider vinegar mixed with water, the acidity of the vinegar is supposed to kind of tell your stomach to stop making acid or stop producing so much acid. And I've actually done this before, where if I'm feeling like some sort of acid reflux coming up from my stomach, I will take a shot of apple cider vinegar. But I love that stuff. Some people can't handle it. It's a little too strong for them. I love it. So I have no problem just drinking it straight, even though it's probably not the best idea. But it does seem to work for me. It usually kind of settles my stomach down. Also, if you have raw almonds, chew on some raw almonds. That's supposed to have the same kind of neutralizing effect on your stomach. Somehow I deleted this section, but the next part I'm talking about is in reference to hemorrhoids, another fun topic. Really good to help kind of dry out the area a little bit and prevent itching. So you could try putting a little bit of baking soda down there, or if you don't want to do that, you could try a baking soda bath. Just run a normal bath and add a cup of baking soda and just kind of soak in that a little bit. Also, witch hazel. I have this stuff. I need to get maybe a different kind, but this brand is really good for witch hazel. That is supposed to be really great for hemorrhoids, helps reduce some swelling. Eat lots of high fiber foods to kind of keep everything moving, and also drinking lots of water. Again, another fun one, nausea and vomiting while pregnant. Obviously, this is a very well-known symptom of pregnancy. Some women deal with it throughout their entire pregnancy, which bless them if they are, because that's just not fun. But some foods that you could try helping with that, I have a little list here. Some of these have worked for me as well. You could try ginger. Ginger's supposed to have a great calming effect on the stomach when it comes to nausea. In my one video I discussed, it was my first trimester video, I talked about these pregnancy pops. They were like little candies that have ginger in them. It's just very well known that that's supposed to help settle your stomach. So try anything ginger. Ginger tea is a great one. Fresh fruits and vegetables that keep you hydrated. They have antioxidants and fiber in them. That's supposed to kind of help settle your stomach as well. Starchy veggies like potatoes or squash provide carbs for energy, and they're easy to digest. And then also soups and broth. They stay down easy and also keep you hydrated, which is really important if you are constantly getting sick. Next, if you are dealing with some sort of rash issue, I mean, obviously you should check with your doctor if you have a random rash that just pops up. But you could try a vegan body butter to help moisturize the area, or an oatmeal bath is supposed to be really good for rashes as well. All right, last topic I'm going to discuss is yeast infections. Yay! Obviously, this is another common thing that can happen throughout your pregnancy. I have another small list of things that can help with that. Yogurt, add yogurt to your diet. Yogurt contains probiotics that help promote growth of good bacteria in your body to help kind of fight off that infection. Some women apply it topically to relieve itching and burning. I don't know how I feel about adding a dairy product to that area, so definitely talk to your doctor before doing something like that. Also, try going commando. Just let the breeze do its job. Just prevents extra moisture in that area, and keeps you feeling a little more fresh. Also, something that can be helpful for a yeast infection is using witch hazel pads. You can just put witch hazel directly over a pad and just kind of wear it that way. It doesn't necessarily eliminate the infection, but it does help with any kind of like itching or discomfort. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up because this video is gonna be longer than I want it to be, but I appreciate you sitting along with me and kind of going over some of these more natural remedies for all kinds of different things that can happen to you throughout your pregnancy. I hope you found them helpful. If you have any other suggestions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the comment box below. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. I really appreciate it. And again, I'm going to have that list of medications that are considered safe during your pregnancy on the WebMD website that I found in the description below, so you can check out that information for yourself. But please, please, please always check with your doctor first before doing anything. And if there's anything else that you would like me to discuss, any topics that you feel might be helpful for me to cover, also leave those in the comments below. I love reading that stuff, so keep it coming. Thank you guys so much, and don't forget to have a mindful day.